How's it going? I just want to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot. And I'm always thinking about self-improvement and how to be a better person. And this time it's in the context of relationships. And it's the idea of forgiveness slash patience. I'm not sure if that's how you want to call it, but it's something like that. And I'll give you one example that I just cannot get out of my head. And that's this idea of lateness. So back when I was meeting up with this girl on the regular, we'd set up dates and stuff, set up a time and a place to meet up. And she would just keep showing up late. Like, sometimes 5 minutes late, sometimes 10 minutes late, nothing big. Sometimes like 30, 40 minutes late. That's proper late. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of pissed me off. It kind of got me angry. Um, and it happened enough times to the point where there was this one time. Let's say it's one of the times where she's like 30 minutes late. So then there's just this chunk of time, 30 minutes, where I'm just deciding when she gets here, what do I want to say, what do I want to do, how do I want to respond. And the answer that I came up with back then was to get mad. Like to consciously get mad, to choose to get mad. During that 30 minutes that I was waiting, I actually wasn't that mad, that angry. I was a little bit irritated, of course, but I was just thinking about what I want to do. And I decided that getting mad, like getting angrier at the situation than I actually was the correct answer because my reasoning was when she gets here and she sees how mad I am, that'll like dissuade her from coming late again. It'll show her, oh, look how angry Isaac is. Don't be late again. That's how I thought that would work out, but that is just horrendous reasoning for, many reasons. I mean, some of the more obvious ones are she's almost certainly already not feeling great about the fact that she's late, and now I'm just adding to it by being mad on my end, being mad instead of understanding, and that just completely ruins the mood of the date, right? I mean, most of the date is ruined now. As a matter of fact, I could have gotten mad and then kind of like forgotten it later on, but I like would hold a grudge about it on the day, which it definitely completely ruined the any vibes that were had, etc. But there's another huge reason why it just doesn't make sense to get mad at someone that's late. And think about it for a second. Have you ever been late to something before? I have plenty of times, a million times, and every single time it's happened, it's never my fault. And what I mean by that is it's always something that's out of your control that causes you to be late. Like your alarm won't go off, or you just woke up late for whatever reason, or something happened in the morning that prevented you from leaving the house on time. Or you did leave the house on time, but you missed your bus, or there was traffic. There's just a million things that can happen, a million reasons why somebody is late that is out of their control. And it's happened to me so many times. So it doesn't make sense for me to get mad at her when I'm 100% certain that, she's late for something that you never should. There's never been a situation where you wake up on time to something, can leave on time to something, you can make it on time to something, and then you're like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm just gonna show up late on purpose. Like, that never happens. You never show up to something late on purpose. And if I'm being 100% honest, I know that this girl in particular would never show up late on purpose. Like, she almost certainly wanted to show up on time, and she just couldn't. And I'm sure she felt more guilty about it than I was actually angry about it. Um, and also, I showed up late plenty of times myself. Like, there's just no excuse for me to be as angry or as annoyed as I was. It just doesn't make sense. And now looking back, it's just so unfortunate at how huge of an impact that. I mean, there's a million things that I would get angry about and that I could fix, blah blah. But let's just take this one example of lateness, right? Just the lateness part. If I didn't care about lateness as much as I did, there's so many dates that could have been completely saved or just completely changed. Like the mood completely changed, where it was extremely positive, extremely happy, instead of the anger or the mess that it was. And it made me realize, looking back, that this impact is actually so huge that imagine I was the exact same person as I was back then, as I was, right? No changes. Every single time she was late, I was just as mad as I always was, except for one time. If there was just one time out of all the days that I'd gotten mad where she was 30 minutes late again, and I'm just thinking to myself, what do I do when she gets here? And if I just had the thought of being, you know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna get mad today. It's just not worth. It's just not worth that. I'm not even that mad anyway, so I'm just not gonna get mad. When she gets here, I'm gonna greet her with a smile. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna just start the day off right. Start off in a good mood. Just to imagine how big of an impact that would have been. That's taking away a bad memory from my life and adding in a good one. taking away a bad memory from her life and adding in a good memory instead. Just imagine her on the bus over to me, dreading seeing me because she knows the second she sees me, she's gonna get this rant about how she's late all the time and oh my god, why are you late, blah blah blah. She just does not want to hear this. And then she gets there and sees me, and instead of the mad person that she was expecting to see, she sees someone that's happy to see her, right? Someone who's greeting her in open arms, joking, laughing, right? Ready to have the good time that we even met up in the first place to have. That would have been so easy for me to do, right? That's why it's so frustrating looking back now because I can't go back anymore and do that. But if you had asked me to never be mad at her being late ever, that's impossible. Of course, it genuinely did irritate me when she was late, but it's so easy to imagine myself just not being so mad one time, right? Just one time. Especially since there were times where I actually didn't care that much. But, I chose to care more than I actually did because I thought that was like a solution for some reason. If I had just taken one of those times and been a slightly better person, that would have had a massive impact. So it made me realize, for those of you who are in relationships yourself, if there's something small, right? I mean, you be the judge of your own life. If there's something small that annoys you or you're mad about or you guys had, you had a fight about, really think about it, right? If this is the last time you would ever see that person again, if that was just the last interaction you guys ever had, would you be okay with that? Like, would that be something that justified that level of anger or frustration or or fight, whatever? I don't think so. I mean, you be the judge, but if it's not, if it's something that you genuinely realize, yeah, if this is the last time I ever saw her, there's no way I would fight her about it. Then just don't fight her. Or if you're your girl watching this, don't fight your guy about it. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it sometimes. Most of the time, it isn't worth it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just the takeaway is, if it's just not worth it, it's not worth it. Right? If you could choose to be happy or choose to be sad, choose to be happy, man. It's just that simple. It's such a small thing. You don't even have to do it all the time. Just do it one more time than you normally would do. Just one more time. You don't have to be a completely different person, completely new person. Just be 1% better of a person, and that's all you need, right? Ah, man, that's all I've been thinking about for a while. So I just want to get that off my chest. There you go. Be better, and I'll try to be better. Let's all be better together. Peace.